Okay, so I just came back from the factory where all the leather pieces were. I spent about 4 hours in there and still didn't get everything done. But I'm in the process of getting ready right now to rush to the New York Urban League Cohort 5 party or graduation to see who won the grand prize. I don't think it's me. So I'm just gonna rush and get there really, really quick. It starts at 6. I'm gonna be running late because I have to stop at the dry cleaners to get my full outfit. But I just wanted to give you guys an update.
Express train. The next stop is 14th Street.
Oh, you have the content creators here.
I'm trying.
Hello, it's 7 o'clock. Where's Usher?
On the dot.
For everyone that's here, congratulations. I had the pleasure, and tonight, those of you that wrote a business plan will be getting a certificate. I'm not gonna lie, and as the universe would have it, the first 2 plants I opened were incomplete, and I was like, oh Lord, this is not how this is gonna go, right? But here's the giddy up. It's a start. It's a start, and I'm about that life. So how it started: 5 judges, 25 seats, 12 weeks. Obviously, New York City folks, you have the grit. And I love it. Yes. That you are representing that New York grit, because you know all the sayings. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. It's not easy, and just think about how old that was when that was written in the original New York. So it's always been a challenge in New York City. So if you can do it here, the world is yours. Our little nod to Scarface. 24 applications were selected for an interview out of a bunch. You guys are the first cohort to have to actually defend your seat. If I had to have defended my seat in front of Robert from UPS, I don't think I would have made this cohort. He was really hard. So that's a testament to your being here this evening. And then on September 23rd, the journey began. Our 12-week journey began to sharpen your business acumen. Your year 1 collective forecast. Wow. $686 million in this room. Okay? That's a lot of money. I could still get to St. Martin's. Right? I need a full month there. But I was like, this is a beautiful thing. So this is something that I want you to really absorb these numbers. And if the 686 is too big, then take the 9.8. Make love to it, because that is what is sitting in this room. That is what you guys said you can generate. Some of you are generating like 40K in year 1 because it's a sidepreneur business, right? Not a side hustler. I do not raise hustlers. Even though I love Rick Ross every day, but that's about where that stops, right? I do not consult hustlers.
Or you said this is the one?
I thought this is the one. Has one of your lessons always been be right? But there's something I would like to point out. For LaToya. There's James. So you remember she was like, Jason, you don't show your face. So that particular one, I had some others from, but they weren't the greatest pictures from our.
This is
the greatest. I thought that's the outfit for that one. Actually, I wasn't in the
Also on behalf of our CEO, Barbara Rice, she congratulates everyone here and wishes she could be here. She was supposed to be here with us this evening and kick off with a keynote speech. However, Arva is Arva, and she was called for a specific duty. She is at a meeting right now to discuss reparations. And when she said,
Yes.
I said,
She
go.
should be there.
Yeah. Go get us our money.
Absolutely.
So-
That was such a good laugh.
So,
Yeah, it was so good.
So before I go into my heartfelt moments, I will say I selected a class speaker, and I think that you all will agree as to why I selected this particular person. She is your union rep. She is the advocate for this cohort. She is the reason that I was probably sick last week, because had I maybe not done Friday, she's your advocate for the, keeping up. Matilda Milka put the chat together, but I'm always hearing this one was in the chat, and that, not ratting on the chat, but like I'll put it in the chat. And when my my email went down, I had to rely on yours union rep. This is like management and union rep to get the messaging out. So with all of that, I welcome Matilda. Yeah, it's gonna follow me. Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's just us. I know. And you can stand there if you want. Yeah, you should stand there.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
You got this, girl.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. When I first joined this cohort, I really didn't know what to expect. Especially when Gina jumped onto our screen and was like, hey, I'm Gina, and basically she was a no-nonsense coach. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this cohort, or if I was gonna come out of this cohort as a business mogul, or if it was just gonna be a waste of time and I'll end up with like a participation certificate or a business plan that was just going to collect dust. You know, as a small business owner, we all know how many like classes and things that we've taken that you really don't apply to your business, that have been a waste of money. So I really thought this was going to be one of those cases. But thankfully it wasn't. This 3 months free cohort has really been a game changer for my business. And I've seen it as a game changer for a lot of us in our group chat as well. We're all Black and brown people, and as you know, as Black and brown people, you know, resources like this are something that we really never get. Resources like this are resources that really like push our businesses to thrive, but unfortunately that's something that we really don't get on our end. People from other privileged backgrounds get those type of resources because they have fathers and uncles and people within their camp that are able to pass the knowledge down to them. They have people that are able to connect them to people of influence that could expedite their business. Some of them even receive loans for millions of dollars so that their business could be successful. I don't know about you, I don't come from that type of background, and I really have to make nothing or have to make something out of nothing. So having these type of resources really try to level up the playing field because we are behind. Now, this cohort, if I'm speaking for the class, didn't just really teach us. To me, I really felt like this cohort pushed us. It pushed us to really think bigger, to force us to be delusional at times. You know, it really forced us to do the hard research that really have background information to build a foundation for our business. I really felt like this cohort really morphed our mind to stop thinking small, to stop pricing our items at a small basis, and to really think globally if you wanted to. I mean, we have someone in here with a medical program that could be life-changing, right? Yeah. Now, as you know, those type of resources, like I've said before, are not available to us. So I'm really happy that as a group, we really kind of buckled down and made the best out of this opportunity. We're not coming out of this class with just a business plan. Like I see in the chat, we're all applying for new grants, new, opportunities and so forth. And I think it was because us as a group we energized each other to be able to then push ourselves on. Now, I might not be the winner of today's cohort, you might not be the winner of today's cohort, or whatever the case is, but I really feel like we're leaving this process, as winners. We're really entering into 2025. We're not only like leaving 2024 with this shiny business plan, but we're also entering into 2025 knowing that not only do we have to have an idea, but we also have the plan to push the idea. We just have to keep the plan going. Now, y'all know Gina. Like I said, Gina was a no-nonsense person when we first got on the call. And I really thought she was going to be really, really tough. But based off of how she taught this class, based off of me overhearing her on phones, pitching some of you, your businesses, to big people, you can tell that she really cares for us. That love is tough love for us to succeed. She barely knows us from a can of paint. She's only known us for 3 months. And in 3 months, I've overheard her pitching, oh yeah, I'll connect, James to the perfume industry. She barely knows him. So the fact that she doesn't know him and she's able to support him and put him in positions for his business to succeed. I have family members, I have friends that barely post my content. So the fact that she did that for us shows that she really deeply cares. And that means that we have to take the information that she shared with us and then pass the ball around to actually make something happen for our business. Now, I want to thank, UPS, TD Bank, Life Plan, and all those resources that made this cohort happen. I don't know if you guys have heard the news, but big companies like Walmart, Target, all those companies are closing their diversity programs.
Yes, they
Those
are.
diversity programs have only been active for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And they're already closing it. The fact that they're doing this cohort just shows that they really care about us. Like I said, they don't know us. And so the fact that they're investing, the fact that they're willing to stay in contact with us in 2025 to make sure that we actually make this dream a reality just shows that we are valuable to them and they are valuable